Okay. Hey. Hey.
Yeah.
Sure.
We got a special one in the building. Hey.
Let's go. When you hear that track, you know it's the time.
It's the Master Bus, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go.
Benon Mugumbya alongside
Stickies.
Yeah.
Can't nobody do it like we do.
No, man. We out here. We out here.
Yeah.
Hey. Man, this track makes me wish I could rap. Ladies and gentlemen.
But you used to be a rapper, Benon.
Yeah. Oh, don't take me back there.
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
you know what you did. So it's a new week.
Yes.
And we got a special guest in the building.
Yes, yes.
Artin Pro.
So,
I was so that one. Now I feel like I'm really welcome.
Hey,
Man.
Artin Pro.
Yo, guys.
is it
I didn't
Artin
know,
Pro
the-
or Artin on the beat? Because I'm sure most
Well,
of the
it's just
people who
Artin.
I have a friend from Benon, so they're like Artin.
Artin,
Artin, you know, so and they like
So-
it that way.
never say the T. The
So
T-
don't mention the T. It's more like a silent letter.
It's good to have you here. Bakogera bati Artin.
Artin.
I never have any muchacho ever work about Artin.
Artin.
Abumucharo. Artin ni.
Abo muchacho chono Java.
Ndieri wa.
I want to be to your village. I want to be to your village.
Yeah,
Artin.
come through.
Your
December.
village must
Yeah,
be a fun one.
you just need to take the Airbus.
The
and
The
then-
Airbus.
Oh my.
But
Oh
Artin,
my.
nice to have you here on the
Yeah.
Master
I
Bus.
feel blessed to be here. Trust me. This one, he really did the homework now. He knows.
Hey.
Let's
I
go.
like my spirit to be uplifted.
Each time you mention Artin.
On the beat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you guys who are watching this
Yeah.
show. Thank you for tuning in every time and listening and watching the Master Bus. The feedback has been amazing. You know, I meet people randomly out there on the street,
Yeah,
and they're like, "Aren't you the guy of the Master Bus?"
Wow.
I'm like,
kati gwengeri gy'otalinayo music video.
Kati alina master bus video.
but I don't appreciate your tone.
Okay, kale tugikyusizaamu katugiteekemu kageni tusale what 8K.
Salamuko, tekako kulimita ku comments zo.
Kale bansonyiwe Mr. Artin.
Wow. Wanje.
First of all erinnya livaawa litegeeza ki
Erinnya
era
livaawa.
n'amannya gennyini go ge gaani.
Okay, rename Musoke Martin. Bwe nali nyingira ebintu bino ne ngamba kati bwe mba nakyuka nnyo sirina an apple shouldn't fall far from the tree. Nina omukyala nzala bamuyita Namutebi Rose. Atera okugetinga disappointed nnyo bintu ebimu oba nfuna kati nali saagala munyiiza. So akageri nti M bw'ogijja ku A. Like uko wali equation eba ejjira teba tevudde nnyo from the course. So I went with an option that was quite near.
Wajja wasiimula busiimuzi M.
Ebintu by'okwemenya si bintu byange. Ndaganye ebintu ebiri straight and forward.
How long have you been doing this?
At least now I should say like 6, if not 7. I think
What
going to
were
7
you doing
years.
before that?
Before that, I think I joined production. Nakatandika my course that was records and archives management in Makerere.
Say it again.
Records and archives management in Makerere.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I had just begun my course. However, I needed something. I was not someone who goes to bars, someone who do stuff. All I knew was music. Because my family background, all of it's kind of like entirely into music.
Hey.
Who else do we know from your family?
For my family, they're more into church
Music.
Because imagine my mom, you mutu gwe nayigirako ennanga, like a few elements I can play, So
Okay.
basically, that's it. And from then, I needed an activity that could hold me for some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting how last time when we had Michael Uma here, you remember we talked about it, how church has really
Such a breeding ground for musicians.
yeah, it has helped to churn out a lot of producers.
Yeah, and also because we discovered that the reason why that is because those instruments are always there.
They're always there.
They are played every week. They are available, so kids have the opportunity to go and play around with the instruments until they learn to actually play them. So but
because era Sunday wekange wakati osobola beera ngo obadde dayo you have to go somewhere.
That's powerful.
The buzz not so much of your things till you go back to church where
so
you belong.
The spirituality is a big influence to your career.
It's more of a big thing because I mean it's more like an extended family that you always run back to whenever things go like bazaar the side.
And I think with the times that I've experienced with Artin, you know, you feel like you're talking to this very I don't want to use the word serious.
Serious?
Sober.
Oh, okay.
Very
bring it on. Say it.
No, kugamba nari you left a good impression on me. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing. Because I have your number, so ndaba status
gera birala
nikugamba oli mukulu. And I also remember, I think there's a time Julius came to your place.
Yeah.
And then when he was leaving, now mwana, what do you Artin? Have you ever met Artin?
Wow.
Because kasaja kakulu.
Wow.
So it's a good thing. Now that makes sense when you say your background is church. Omanyi mwana church etuyamba okubera mu line.
Yeah.
And also
values ezisigala mu
values obulungi.
I feel like akatiba kabera katiba kuba katiba ky'ekizungu.
That thing they used to make bricks.
Like akakola 99 nakakola zino kukikata akakola 99 zino neza tono bakle bwanjawulo aka 99 kasegala ka 99 that way to mold something the shape will always be that kind of shape akakola pan kaba kasaako era bosanga akali bwe kati akarekitango gambo yosipan.
Your approach to life totally
and I think it's also something that's very important for especially producers, the people that are in the background that kind of like create the stepping stone for those that shine. There's a way you have to be selfless a bit.
Sure.
okubanga
ogaba notawulira nti I've lost a lot.
Kuba katolaba fe mama wa Artin tetumumanyi. Ne Artin ali wana akuba engoma. Waliwo omuntu eyamubere namugagwe akagalo kano kateke.
Imagine nga mami ya kugamba yo kano kakwate vote. Some amazing thing.
Yes, very amazing. Engoma. So Artin waliwo omuntu yansesa yakugamba yawulira yayita naba getting used to that whole thing of producers putting their drops in the song. Ninga gabane enyimba zino zina zirimu akakantu simanya Artin nagamba like what is that?
Kati no kankulireko.
Ne mugamba abera muntu nga yakola oluyimba.
Omanye chewunyisa, I won't mention a name. Ninakola ko luyimba to a big artist. Kati ngoluyimbo.
No, you should mention the name.
I shouldn't mention the name. Come on, Steve.
I'm no violence.
Steve, no violence. So this person is like tukoze oluyimba tuli basajja kwe tuli bangi naye ate mpuliramu akakazi era akakazi twalina commuting until then we are considering anagamba no guys, you know what, I feel like I like everything you should live it in. So it has been quite a struggle okukakasa nti abantu babuyinga some things otherwise paka kati abantu bamu tebabi buying so much naye olwokuba tuli mu industry eri so competitive and so commercial some things should be left in a certain way, you know.
I think abantu bagenze bakitegeera nti kiringa wonogule saati
ngeriko Calvin Klein
ngeriko kanike
you know good. Your Dark Child, I saw Dark Child in one of his interviews. he was talking about. He was one of the first guys who ever did that, putting a drop in a song for people to know who. Dark. So like, who's Dark Child? Dark Child. So people got to know that Dark Child is his drop. Like he puts it in most of the tracks that he produced. And I know you still you keep on telling me to come up with one. I'm still feeling up to come up with one that I feel.
Oliver, to get one that really pleases you.
Yeah.
Is another blessing.
London.
London.
But I met London the other day.
At Rema's show.
Yeah.
At Rema's show.
He was the music director for
the
band.
So tubera sometimes backstage in Sanga Steve. Never Sanga Steve, you're so much connected, huh?
Steve Boya asazam. Njagala tuddeyo wali. So ogenze otandise okusoma.
Yeah.
Abamu ku Fem9 twatuuka nayeeyo. So kyava kukyogamba nti naye ate njagala also kutandika studio. So bwe ndi mu kusoma naye nga waliwo ka story kembuse, it is short. I wanted to be an assistant in the very first place. So nga mmanyi mu kuba keys, omanyi bw'okuba keys is hard, it's very hard obutamumunya, not try to sing over what you're playing. Sometimes even if your voice is not like good, put out, at least you try to, to try to sing. So nani njagala kuimba, and I'm like, if I ever want to make audios in studio, that would be quite expensive for me. So how about if I learned to make audios like for me, right? You understand? Yeah. So I went to this guy, friend of mine, who was Baba Itaba Villagement. Calumet. So I went to him. He's called John Mary. He's a gospel artist, big one in the industry. So nali ntuusewo nga njagala mugamba anjigirize. Naye nagenda okulaba ennanga gy'akuba. Sijikuba nnyo nga ye. At least I could. So all I asked then, I nachusa ekibu ekye nachusa my request to him. I was like, how about if you taught me what you do? I was like, fine. You should sit there, start learning. Ngenda okulaba just bwakuba nanyiga akantu nekeeteekayo. Because in the studio all you need is to record what you think. That
you're putting down your thoughts.
Just putting down your thoughts over nezo omulala. That's all you need to do. So ngenda okulaba nga byakola, probably like I could. So he taught me. Now ngamba kola bwoti nakuigiza software the way things work, and then from then we began.
Software Logic over
Logic. By then yalina 9 kati nga inawo ku studio ye yalina studio bidding ngalo gyakolera ngalo n'endala eyiye personally kati ewaka waliyo 5 oyo ye paka kati samutegeera nagamba ebintu by'okubonaabona si bintu
agenda ne ku Windows
agenda ne kati ya computer yali ya Windows nga kuliko 5 Logic Platinum bali amita I couldn't, so ne sticking akoli 9 nzijanga njiga mpola
9 yarwawo 9 yarwawo
ko nga temndoza tebanazaako versions
paka
kati waliwo abantu bangi
abakozesa 9. I think Okia akyakozesa 9.
I think nesimu akyakozesa 9
nate kabula katano kingire mu 9.
Yeah, I think when Apple yagula nga bagenze ku X oba 10.
Kati luli yali from 5
Apple ne bagula
9 yajja kyaliwa 9 yajja
I've used 7, I've used
you've used 7.
Yeah, I've used Express.
So kona.
When atandikira studio nga nina Express nga
guys, finally I meet someone akozesa Logic 7.
Waliyo nga ejira mu chipak kinene bwekiti. Yeah. You have to kill like half a day to install.
Yeah.
Sula muno linda nejira.
No zamu yokubi.
No kati simanya ate.
I'm really grateful for now times.
Yeah.
Ateto kuba nnyo.
Imagine spending a day
installing Logic.
Wow. Kuba kati ekyesaza leo boli wakikola that could be maybe a software ngo ina contact library nene but still you put it on a hard drive somewhere and then you
tumachata wana
put an alias to the PC and
which other software do you use?
So basically I've tried FL. I think I can use it. I can use what's this white software? I'm forgetting the name. Pro Tools. Sometimes I mix some of my projects in there. Yeah, but basically I use Logic more frequently.
For most of the projects.
I feel like I like its interface. I like black and it's black. I don't know.
Without being biased, what's one of your best projects you've worked on? I know that's a tricky question.
Or memorable.
Memorable. I have this project. You have to see. You have to try to my own money, my property. Those are one of my projects. Zengamba. Ngovude kuzino zonzo kubanga wakola insine kumanya. That is one project. Zengamba. I'm really proud of it.
Explain to us. Chava kuchi okugenda mukoti for that.
I can't really tell, but all I know, twali tuliao. You know, I have an office, so it's very hard running up from being served. Just to have lawyer I want to see you. I'm like, okay, my office is always open for business. So this guy comes through, they serve me, I set the papers. Yeah, blah blah. Gendo kusoma. We've been summoned to court to answer to the charge. You know, so
what was the charge?
The charge was, I can't really remember. Ne charge yali nti twakola oluyimba oba oli awo. Olwakola obubi omuntu omulala.
Olwakola obubi so olwakolebwa.
Olwakola obubi omuntu omulala.
Because yagamba my woman is my property.
Kyovula bangambye olwakola obubi oba oli awo. Quote on quote.
Lwamuyisa bubi.
Oba oli awo.
Okay.
Naye kirungi okula buli kimu kibamu okula. I've never been to court. I mean, I've never committed a crime till now.
Great, that's a
naye otuukayo nga jaji yennyini abuuza kati we ngamba omuntu nkwadde omutima gwange ogugwe ne gulwala akima gwange. Imagine the judge nga yabuuza, so if I tell my girlfriend I give you my heart, so if their heart gets issues, they come for mine because I gave. It's more like.
So you actually went to court?
We actually went to court.
And
all the odds were on our side. That was the most amazing thing. Imagine the judge asking.
You had a lawyer?
We had a lawyer.
Okay.
It was very funny. Imagine you're spending a cent. Quite a new experience, but I liked it in anyways. Yeah. It was more.
That's a good attitude. Omanyi. Nina ekintu kyenjize wano mu kukula eri ebintu byotajja kwewala, especially like when your business is growing, when even your personal life mu kukula, there are certain things that will come and attack you. Naye nze ndowooza that's like God's way of making you grow,
showing you areas of life you have no idea.
And also nobanga kati kugamba kati tekijja kunyenya
kati nti ekintu ekirala bwe kijja like I've been there before.
Oba kale mukwano gwo waliba nga agenda going through something like that, like
you can be a reference.
Literally you can say something of
I've been through it before. But nakugamba nti wawe yangamba, don't jinx yourself, because namugamba I've never been arrested. I've never been to court. I've never been to a jail. I've never been in those situations. The only times I've been to police is when someone has done something to me. Like the last time I was there, mutali ankonyi. Nenga.
Lwaki teyakusasulira?
Okitegera nga baagala nze mbangamba nti it's okay muwe mutoka yagende. Okitegera, that's why they wanted me to go there. Baga uli wamukonye okujjako nga ze nasayininga nti tukuwe motokayo tetugenda gikuwa paka ng'omusasudde. So I had to go and tell them, no, it's okay.
Anzo obuzibu bw'ensanze mu kutomerwa bannaye wa boda bwakusomera avayo n'agamba ssebo ne bagamba ne kakati ttaala eyo ogenda twala boda nambeera so kyenkola neewala okukondebwa. It is that simple. Kuba ne bwe bankoona sigenda fuluma nkaabe.
Okitabuti n'ogamba why?
What's your daily schedule like when you wake up in the morning?
When I wake up, my schedule is
like your normal work day.
My schedule is quite a funny one. And I've only learned from Benon a few months back until time yo. Like my schedule normally, I live for art for now. I'm committed totally to that. I live for art. Njagala nnyo ekintu nga kinvuga kintwala mu studio. Nti olumu neekanga size na wakanga nebase mu studio. Wansi ku carpet. Wansi ku couch. Like you just sleep. Bwe banga obwongo butuuse ne bukoma. I'm really so much committed to that now. Ebintu ebirala ebisinga mbi wabudde butono nnyo for now. Yeah.
So like depending on how many projects you have, you spend the time in most of the time in the studio.
You're not creating, but you're just looking at your computer,
you're watching some YouTube
videos. At the studio. It reminds me of back in the days. Yeah,
I know.
I think it's a good thing.
I think inspiration.
What time oyina bye weebu obudde oba some waliwo time wobeererawo you have things to talk about waliwo ebintu by'okwenyumirizaamu. But I feel like for now we're simply creating what we are to be proud of tomorrow. So we should be doing more of that for now. Yeah.
So you've talked about a memorable project. My woman.
Yeah.
Banyabo mulibo uliranga, they get you excited. Wagama, hey, jaga tukole or something. I'm sure in your like favorite artists or musicians.
Tell you what.
Love to work
tell
with.
you what. I always get excited whenever I find this one creative who is open-minded. Cause breaking that down. Getting excited to many artists in particular. Not Rukanga, the vibe is what I know more Nenga wine excitement. You're really excited to meet them. But before you know you're supposed to work hand in hand. So I will never be excitement or Rukanga. Just like you meet someone, you're like, okay, he's good, but let's see. So at the end of the day, excitement I no longer get so much excited. I rather so much mbansubira tugenda kola ki mbambera nga nebunya what are we going to do whenever I connect with someone.
Also, so in the recent past, I noticed, this is my personal opinion, that your sound has changed, which is a very good thing. Most of the tracks that you've been doing lately sound very urban. For lack of better words. Because I've listened to some of the tracks you've done with Azawi and some other people. So I've listened to some of the tracks you've done for Fake Fameka on the new album. What changed?
Is it intentional?
Are you listening to different music? Because I've met with
you
some
might find he has always had it in there.
No,
sometimes I mean you see every day nga omuyimbi agamba achali wange njagala endo BPM 10 and above
obuzibu bwa rigidity, someone to be fixed in a certain corner and they feel like that's it now. I've always told my people osanga omuntu nga ali mu room ngalooza room akikubye n'ava mu room kangamba abadde atudde wansi ku carpet n'atuula mu ntebe n'alooza now they made it nga tanafuluma that do n'ava mu that do nga tanafuluma kikomera n'ava mu kikomera nga tanafuluma katundu n'ava mu katundu. I feel like people are like what we know is what we know and we like what we know,
what you're exposed to.
You understand. Okuza imabega ku track ya Woman My Property, like it's property actually in particular. That song okuba track, remember this guy is a rapper now. Guy waka byakuba kutamaza nizikubya abantu bomugamba. Now what track is more like a pop R&B track. You want him to sing on it. Imagine that kind of
vibe,
like bro. And I'm like, brother, you know what? Let's just play around. You understand? No Rokuba Nagambe, I like it when someone is open-minded. Guy Agamba, you know what? Let's just play. I'm playing up before you know, I imbe. Now, here's a problem. Olimu industry, edimu ba rapper. Rapper wakutandika okulira ngo yimba. Now you more like a pop singer, right? They don't expect you to do that. But before you know, it is a pivoting point for the entire
best
like generation
is Drake. Drake yajanga matubagamba, is he rapping? Is he singing?
Is he singing?
But my friend right now
naye ogenda kulaba enyimbe ezasinga otutuukako bakoze albums nyingi naye ogenda okuleka enyimbe ezasooka otutuukako whatever you do ogenda okulaba enyimbe ezasinga otutuukako era zeeze ezalimu element ya R&B sometimes nga so you with music I feel like we should never limit ourselves toweteeka mu box gamba kyenfudde nkugamba nti I no longer get excited cause nabikolako nga you feel like this artist wakabi man nemwesanga nga tali open-minded. I tend personally get bored so easily. So whenever I get to
a session kusimba
njagala I want you to try me.
So for the most part, do you enjoy more starting projects from scratch or basange ngoma weziri nebalondako banobalondera?
I'm really worse at beat making. Nti omuntu asanga ngoma nabikolako but time man olumu okubeera okole ngoma kuyo of course mune tulira kijokola gye batwala kati sera beera na ngoma so ebiseera bisinga time
tacha ayinawo zakola ze batwala
tukolera they call it pre-order.
Let's go.
Like bro, you want me to work? At least you call me. You holler at me.
Pre-ordering. That's simple. Good. That's like, good.
But I miss the old days where I used to make tracks. No,
main track.
Nowadays I prefer that kind of vibe. You connect with someone. Boom.
We want to go this direction.
Yeah, but still I've been there to a point like that track, property track, Nakuba track, and I'm like, yo, bro. How about we try this? And still, still we call us. So
actually,
yes.
Let's check out the track here.
So, so you feel like our music is moving to a level where we can be properly placed internationally?
Well, if you listen to that song, Banayo Yozuko. Bane ako katika gaya kwata just elements na kwata just chords zina gatamu
na choose the samples
just ya choose samples but it's the same dynamics like wokuba roll like just oboli awo abantu balina kurejuvenating this samples the kind of samples there.
Most of the people keep saying nti ekichaganya music wafe crossing over nti sound yafe tena kuterera kutuka.
You realize music is culture. Ate culture ebisere bisinga okubeera left intact. The more we're digging so much into bisala bitya ogenda kwekanga you've lost yourself.
Yeah, it's very important.
The funny thing from what you've said is that the listeners can tell that you're not being yourself. I don't know how they feel it, but they can always feel like
kati amuliriza agamba bwati akayimba ako kanyuma nayo bakishi
there's something missing.
Kati obuzibu ku remote kubeerako akapeesa ka previous
over forward
kiringa tojja kuva eri otandike kuba rap nga jezi
bajaga sebo
naye ono nga
naye ebyuma ebyo nga byebikodde bingi awo.
This is one of his projects. Tuli kujiraja naye ngeza okubikula nga nina plugins nyingi za style nazo
filter
muina naye sirina Nexus bichi
soko bikole mixer tulabe.
I like that track, man.
Artin on the beat.
Hey.
Yeah. Enonji pre-ordering.
What are like your go-to plugins? Nadala like let's say software plugins is
for the instruments.
For the instruments.
I like Nexus in particular. I like samples so much. I like samples so much because I feel like biba muri mweyo kuba ebisere bisinga kitwale nti a plugin sound izo nazo uli amuziba sample. Okay, so sagala nnyo kwekolobya njagala nnyo nagambi njagala nnyo ebintu ebimpe emirembe. I like samples so much. If you look at that track nsobola okuba ekivuga n'ekigata n'ekirala I bounce it in place to make my own original sound.
I think that's the best way of using
wide and for me let me see what is it like vertical. I want to see are these MIDI files or one file?
Those I think those more like MIDI files.
There's MIDI. Okay.
Then mulimu wanobu.
I like that thing. What's that?
Violin.
Really?
Is it this?
Yeah. Down, up. I bounce to the
Is
place.
this?
Yeah.
Is this?
It
This
has
is
so it has an emotion, eh?
Yeah.
It's like someone who is struggling to come out, but they are like something is holding them back, eh?
I'm imagining someone. Oh,
Hey.
oh, by the way, that's a track I made for B2C guys called
Hey.
Weweka.
Hey.
That is,
For B2C.
yeah, sure.
Okay. It has a lot of
Imagine
dynamics.
you can tell that it's more like if you looked at the page, there are more instruments, but in
What you hear
what you hear, everything is
sounds very
like solid,
Consolidated.
consolidated. I
Very,
like
very
that part there. Hold it up.
Like some Bachi Simba kind of
Eh,
I
it,
told
it
you
has,
about
it, ha- it
culture.
has it has our timing.
thing. Yeah. Can you open for me the mixer? Yeah. So for the most part, you use the inbuilt plugins.
I like them so much.
I see the H compressor.
I like that
Waves.
that compressor and partition
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, it's very good.
Vocals. I
He-
like
he loves it so much. See, even
that is
Oh,
everywhere.
you have
That
your
is-
own preset.
And I like using emojis so much, so I found a way to put them in.
what?
Yeah, actually just found a way to put them in. I simply copied from somewhere and I pasted them somewhere. Yeah.
Neka mutaka kafe kano. We
Kariwa.
can't live without it. Akuma.
Ako, I have actually
True, man.
ako nina like nina belief nene kukonyo. Abantu people misconceive this.
Yeah.
True.
People misconceive what
It's
we
a
call
creative thing.
people misconceive what we call auto tuning and pitch correcting. Now here's the thing. Omuntu wabera ku live. It is very hard obongo bw'omuntu okudigestinga that kind of information at the same time.
Yeah.
Digestinga guitar, nanga at
Yeah.
the same time. But bwe tubeera nga tuli mu studio, ebiseera ebisinga ebyuma byenkozesa ebisinga bigenda better perfectly tuned.
Yeah.
So if I don't perfectly tune your voice,
It's distracting.
your voice will be you won't be on tune.
the
Yeah.
same.
It's
It won't
distracting.
complement
It's distracting to the
like
ears.
oba nfuna
Yeah.
omuntu akiwulira gy'akiwulira nti ebyuma ebisinga biri like ebyuma bya studio ebisinga visits ze tukozesa zibeera perfectly
Yeah.
tuned.
Yeah.
Kati nojja nosanga omuntu ng'alina this live element nnyo mu mutwe nga akugamba don't but
Yeah.
before you know lwaki omuyimbi akola take to make sure the
trying
notes
to
are
achieve
close
that.
to perfect.
Actually,
What the software does is to simply bridge that kind of gap.
yeah. So actually, that's why for me, I
it's the
always
glue.
say
Yeah.
I rather listen to hard-tuned vocals,
Yeah.
which people find disgusting, and I understand why,
Yeah.
than listen to a vocal that is off.
That is off.
Yeah, like I can't concentrate on the music because every time I hear it going off,
Like-
I'm like,
As a creative, your spirit is
yeah,
lower.
like.
Then
So now it takes away my attention from actually enjoying the song.
you
Better
understand.
they need to correct something about that voice. You know what I mean?
Odiwuliranga liri away from
Yeah.
Nze
from
gula abana
everything. Nga
throughout experience nina omuyimbi yajja ku studio
Yeah.
teyabuuza mukolera mmeka oba mukola mutya yambuuza kimwinayo autotune and I'm like
That's very powerful. Agamba.
mwina akuuma.
Tugenda tali kukola naye making sure
mune
that-
bambiga gye yagenda nebamukolera oluyimba bano bagayi ne batamuteeka ku kati ndowooza yamugamba bano ababi b'amagezi yamugamba funa studio ng'etunda
Y'amaanyi.
etunda akantu ako so
Eh,
that entire
bakakuteeremu.
topic is a big one.
Yeah.
Because bw'oyingira deep ati waliwo dynamics eziyinza offa waliwo that spirit eyinza offa ng'ate omukozesezza ng'ate omutegeera.
Yeah.
For instance, I find
Yeah.
this so often. Omuntu akwata that pitch correction tool, kit tool, n'agiteeka ku rapper.
Yeah.
Rapper ayimba tali mu n'agimuteekako and it normally sounds so fun and
Yeah.
sometimes they bring to you projects and all you have to do is to mute the auto tune
Yeah.
to simply bypass it.
Yeah.
And bagamba,
Ekibanga,
wow, kati
yeah.
bw'omanyi amaloboozi gange all
Yeah.
you did was to simply bypass
Yeah.
a few plugins, you know.
So let me ask you another question. What other services do you do? Do you do Because me, I never knew that all those services were different. So these days, people bring for me projects to mix, not to produce, but to just mix and master. Like, have you diversified into
other things?
Yeah, like, is that all that?
I truly what's the word? Diversify. I tend to look for it so much often, but every single over sentence come which creativity I like to create. But it now ku mix and master right. Every single bitwala time.
Yeah.
Omuntu agenda kukwata project ngeyo agikole okusinzira kuye bwategeera naye nga bw'ogikwatako ogenda kudoinga more of problem solving than actually singa oba ogambye nti ogenda creating from scratch that will take 30 minutes.
Benon, I don't even know.
Or even more.
What project nga je buli alabira ddala
kati kino
yakoze oba kino tofuwa kireke
kubanga tubaye tukyogerako even I was with Azawi in the studio nga tukyogera olusi bakoleza stems okuzimixinga you end up feeling like you're reproducing the song. Like okutema unogamba kwegambanga you have to do a lot of correction for you to get what
imagine
you want to
omuntu yakubye
achieve.
pattern yenanga naye nga ate olina because you know you have the sample olina quantizing obolumu olina oddamu gyekubira from the musical
to
view
get that
you understand so ogenda kwekanga olumu okumixinga okumasteringa logically abantu abasinga tebannabitegeera so you like that part esigale y'abantu abagumiikiriza naganyaganya ebintu ebyawe era osigala bw'omulabanga ze ng'omugamba Steve oyo kubire
njagala kumanya so you've been doing this for about 6 years, right? And I've managed to see growth. Kuba buli wenzijewo ndaba bitu byanjawulo nojja nolabanga kati kamera ze zikukenga n'okukenga naye tuli kukiwano
nina kenkolera kamera ennaku zino bantedde gate ya remote kati nnyega
kitegeera that's a sign of growth and congratulations to that
alina amampaati
mangi mambulugga njagala kumanya Artin
njagala nsasemu ekigambo ki nina amaalo gankolera
ama gakole kasita ogasasulira you can afford it.
Okay, fine.
So for me back in the days when I was starting waberangawo nnyo challenge obwo nina oba nalina okay nekakati nkyalinamu bakiyita batya okubeera shy kyeki ensonyi ku bya ssente okikwasaganya otya because sometimes it's difficult to balance that
kati now
nga oyagala okukola.
Here is the thing. Yesterday I was at a certain interview and I'm like, guys, ekintu kya ssente ebiseera ebisinga kyonona naddala business ya creativity gye tulina bannaffe abamu abali mu organized business balina kye bayita record labels. You understand? So emanya ngenda kwogera ntya ne producer ebiseera ebisinga abeera bamamya tumusasula mwezi oba so mutuuka time ya creating tewabeerawo so kompeyo omutwalo oba onfuna we tulina okudda but ebiseera ebisinga bw'osoosa ssente omuntu bw'omusaba ssente waliwo ekifa so ebiseera ebisinga kikola amakulu n'osooka n'okola bw'omala okukola ng'omuntu mubutuufu ngamba byagane n'omugana omanye ekiriwo andi kaakati wano
azikuwalwana n'okulwana
bwe tukola bwe tuti okitegeera
that's a very good interesting approach and I see it especially a lot with Azawi yalumba bulumbi in studio yakola tune negundi
kati kyekiri kyenku
ebyamajja abirekera bajjeera
kyekiri kyenkugambye nti
nagamba why tulina akayimbe wa Artin wandikubidde nno ku Artin
olaba omanyi bane bw'osaba olumu ssente mu mirimu gya creativity bwoba weesiga ky'oli you like njabibawa njikuwa n'ogitwala and I'm like I trust what I give you if you like it, you like it. I mean, mba nesiga nti you like it. So, ekya ssente mba mmanyi 10 times ejja kujja. But however, okuba nti waliwo bannaffe ate abakikozesa
but from what you're saying, I feel like you're in a good place when it comes to ebintu bya ssente ebyo which is good.
Singa zaali twali wasi nnyo singa of course akalimu twakaleka dda kuba nina bakyali bange bangi nga agendamu ebweru kuba bikola bikola okusinga wano natandika okuyiza but for now we're trying. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Do you have a family of your own?
A family as a man?
Yes.
None yet.
Okay.
Like I've said, I really want to give whenever I'm to a certain project. Chigambo chiba chamo kuita family project, but I'm using that approach for you to simply understand.
I know what
whenever I'm on a certain project, I really wanna give it 100 all my own. And for now, I'm simply committed to this
because
side of me.
The reason why I was asking that is because the follow-up question was like, how does that life play into like, let's say, inspiring you? Kuba wali abantu bemanyi kati ngabo ba Rodney Jackins about Dark Child. Akugamba every time I see my daughter,
I feel like I want to make her.
I just go to the studio and like they inspire me. Like my wife is my driving force and stuff like that. What inspires you apart from money, which is a good inspiration?
That's the biggest inspiration.
I mean, I mean,
tetuzagala but tuzagala bulamu buzagala. What is my biggest inspiration? I'm inspired by sound in itself. Sometimes whenever I'm low, I simply never come to bath tabu change echo ndira kinchirina nenteekako obuyimba obwo ku ssimu olumu nvuga emmotoka nempita ku express nga sina nagendaga just netoola.
Hey, that's nice.
Just singa
by the way, drive
nakugambye kana akasajja kakulu.
Drive is by the way, especially at night.
Ngojeko
bana ababya abakasuka amayinja.
Of late,
but it can be very good.
Mabala, but of late ogenda mu bbala nosanga wali akayimba nga buli kigambo basombyayo nana sana. And you like personally oyinza okuba nga tewandibiro as a creative oyinza okuba nga tewandibiro zaako but then people are happy and you like why are we here? We are here to make others happy. So I'm so much of a creative ndi wakali
nakasajja kakulu.
So you like abantu oyinza okunyoma ekintu ne hata people happy.
How
does that resonate?
One of the things I learned when I came to Swangs was that learn how to separate those two things. There are things that you like. Nze waliwo music going pretty my own music. Ngalabo ngabo okube ngoma nyizo okutta in that area. Nayate nebagamba this is the demand. Twetaaga this sound. So you have to go beyond. You have to educate yourself about that sound and be able to, even if you don't like it, to produce it and it still sounds good.
Same thing. I was lucky enough to learn at an early stage when I went to Machinde, when I shifted to Machinde. Earlier on, nga nalimbe nakulira Makerere Chikoni. Omanyi okulira mu that kind of environment. Yo Makerere is quite urban. Because imagine buli semester baleta abana abapya like stegeera
from different walks of life.
Imagine okuza owuliriza sounds to have it really inspired me so much. Owulira sound nga ziri of the normal sound, you know. So ngobulira abantu bano kati ogenda Machinde ngolabira ddala bano obasobola olaba sound wali abandi but ogenda tuuka ku ground nga muganda wa
nga sound
kati ngokuba bisiwo nga
sound aleta abantu mu kisaawe for now aleta omuntu w'emitanda ku luzi aleta omuntu ku cricket oval amulete nnyo omuntu oyo waffe taku so otuuka ng'olina okuyiga the hard way. Olina okuyiga the hard way, the easy way, nti abantu baagala ki personally njagala ki kyenjagala nkitadde ntya ku bantu kye baagala and chitambula simple kasitoyi ekyo in the first place.
I think that's part of maturity, like for you to be able to grow and know that
and understand.
And understand the fantasy world. Okutegeera nti eno Uganda si America bannange.
And maybe also just to find a balance. So that osobola okuteekamu karoyi koko koyagala.
N'otagende nnyo ate ali n'otagende.
Olowooza tuyimiridde tutya mu muziki from your perspective? Where do you think we are, and are we in a good place?
Ugandans,
are we progressive?
I think tuli mu progressinga. Tuli mu kumovinga. Nazi kuno nga bannayo omuntu asobola okukozesa ekintu nga mutuufu nawe ogambayo. Olumu ng'oyinza n'okuloota kugamba software kigo bakozesa ku Swangs. You understand? But now okyasobola okumanya oba oli awo yita n'olabanga omuntu apositenga ayolagiki nange mulina you understand oba oli awo for instance I personally nfunyeko omukisa nakola oluyimba lwali lwani John Black and Levickson. So before you know Ed Sheeran akola track yalina Fireboy banabe nga balina samples enyini nga bwezikozesa Peru. These guys have the same Peru.
Yes.
If you play that song, that track, John Black and Levickson, twagikola before them. Singa yafe yaja after one gambe faba bakopa. But this time around, twakozesa the samples like
the
before
samples.
they did.
Yeah.
So
most
it's like
times you find that we almost have the same sample parts.
Yeah.
So it's like we know the tumanyi engeri the approach. Now we have this like the approach.
Yeah.
So chidda wa they play now vidda ku manager but take over your music but when if it comes to creativity,
the art itself,
I feel like we are getting there.
Yeah.
I feel like we are getting there.
Who's your best? Not best. I like using the word best, which is wrong. But
which is wrong?
Which artists do you listen to?
So much often.
Yeah.
Man baneyo ekigambo kiri ndi mwenzi nzonga ku YouTube okwo kulumu nteekamu oyinza oteekamu siza before you know akukanyuze walala before you know my YouTube and algorithms are before you know
since you like this you might
like this
before you know bakuwadde akalango ate nga nako kanyuma
akalango n'okalinda
obulango obunyuma banete mutukolera bulango butanyuma abakola
by the way,
I
discovered Nonso Amadi from a YouTube ad. I didn't know who he was. Then I saw one of his songs and I was like, who's this? It's very good. Then I went and looked up all his music.
So talented. back to the question. My inspiration comes from all over.
Yeah.
I'm simply an open book. I like to stay one of a kind.
Yeah. But I have to give you credit. I really like the sound that is coming from your hood.
Blessings we give.
Envision.
It's big.
We had to envision.
That's tracker. Yeah, to say what Benon here.
We had to.
Let me tell you a story. So we had a party at my house. I
was there to say a party I was never invited to.
So banange kirayika baneiba bagane bano
tibalinayo kayimba kalala
twazanya akayimba ako ndoze mirundi nga 7-8
we just put on repeat
nga
imagine the sound of that song on a rooftop
nga chiguna lekati nga fena tumayogamba kakati
this is the last time
ogusemba yo tukiveeko nga tuddamu naye manyi kale tuwulizemu emirundi ebiri gyokka tukiveeko banengo olwimba obuzibu nga luggwako
ekitegeera
kale
nekati
3 more times tukiveeko banange man
I like the genesis of that project. Those are my very first project okola n'omuyimbi ono gwe neewulira wali omunoga
oyo musomo
akaana ako nkeewulira
nina eddagala lye munene bakuwa omwana n'akwewa naawe n'omwewa. It was more like a magical session.
Very, very
imagine okukwata man project abanjogereko ki a lot transpired to that project. A lot really went down.
But I think she's also one of those artists that any producer would love to work with because
of our open-mindedness,
free spirit.
Omanyi
that icebreaker from studio Lucy kayinza okola ki
kaina makuru.
Like ngabo gamin sometimes you don't get excited because nange kyatukagako nga waliwo omuyimbi ng'olaba ddala wakabibi kibi kino no kendikolako naye I'll do magic and then they come into studio and then they are very cold okitegera nga
nekati imagine obadde toli excited kyokka omuntu najja naku excitinga now it's the opposite. Imagine getting excited and then your spirit is lowered because these people are not vibes. Imagine obeera nga toli excited cause ekiwa kikatinga off. Now she comes through, Azawi comes through, and then you're like, wow, I missed this.
And actually to all musicians or artists out there, or if you're just starting up, just when you have a studio session, it's not a life and death situation. Kana kaimba kwe gagenda okusumula obulamu bwo I really hate it when come on, let's just do music. Let's enjoy ourselves. Then maybe people out there will enjoy themselves.
Yeah. The funny thing is that I don't know, is it a spirit? I don't know. Because that vibe, that relaxed mode and that chill vibe goes through the machines into the recording. To the people who listen, wherever they are in the world, when they hear the song, they get that same vibe you guys had when you were in the studio.
Quote unquote, music is spiritual.
Yeah.
You can never rule that out. Yensonga lwaki bwe tubeera mu nsi y'omwoyo mu kyaki kakubeere weebase omusiraamu nayaziina muganda wange weekanga there is a way to awaken your spirit. Weekanga ozuukuse okuzaala ku makya. So considering that, having that in mind, kakasa nti woba ogenda into that kind of thing, you are really up to it. Era ebiseera ebimu abantu abali serious ajjako essimu n'agimutinga ate abala munayasogerekako ng'ate ye spirit yawe eri ng'ate ye waafunira vibe. So just finding that safest place for you to be, okitegeera ebintu ebisinga bijja kukola in a way that is amazing.
I want to thank you also to appreciate how collaborative you've been. So mostly these days, but I do a lot of mixing and mastering. But some people, and I would understand why, I'm not saying they're bad people, they feel they take it in an offensive way. Let's say to share with you their projects. They feel like you're going to overkuba kikizabo. Like I don't even understand. I don't know.
Katwisewa kalango omanyi bannaye fene ebintu bino tuyiga biyige and bane tukyali third world country not so ebintu ebimu tuli mu kukula bukuzi kati producer ndaba omuyimbi nga bwakera n'akola collab ne muyimbi munne nga verses zibadde za kabini nagamba bwe nteekako wanaazawe kigwa kinyuma nnyo
ate kisitukamu
kisitukamu naawe bw'osobola okukeera n'okubira Steve Keys n'omugamba yo bro I feel like you should add what
you know what I mean.
It is that simple. People are collaborating. People are collaborating in fashion. Nakera kumasha recent Nabi Khalid are collaborating or is it Nike to bring out
Jordan,
Air
Jordan.
So guys, people are collaborating in movies. People are collaborating because yo nsigala bwe nteeka for instance bw'omuntu bagamba yo project nze yagikola nsooga nze yagikola n'olinaga nze yagikola fenna tusigala buli omu atwala credit
all our credits ezibeera ku some of these big albums made in Lagos oba Love Damin olaba producer abaaliko ba mixing engineer abaaliko
ekyennaku e Uganda ne producer tabaako
okitegeera ekya credits ekyo tulina okiyiga bannange
tulina okwetereza waliwo guy yaliko wano he's American but he bakozesa ka synth ke one of the synth kinda a good melody kinda melody nungi in a big song called Pushing P and he says is okay, life is good. He's
because
getting money.
Of that
he was guy yaleka yes they used
my God.
his sample in that big song called Pushing P
and his life changed.
His life changed. So there's power in just
collaborating.
And
I think you learn more. No, you become more comfortable with. Hey man, Artin is
okola akakadde n'otwala omwaka mulamba ng'okakola n'okukola ataano n'ogakolera mu wiiki n'enkya n'okola ataano. I feel like that's the way to go. Kuba bw'obeera obw'omu time gy'otwala banne ennene than having something more like a team with you.
Gwe Artin tuyinza osula wano kuba kati emboozi gye tunyumya but we want to thank everyone who is watching the master bus. We were privileged to have Artin today. We've never talked. Me and Artin,
you find out to always awaken my spirit. That's nice.
We've talked on the phone.
You're a good host.
I think we've met in person like twice.
Twasanga mu vibe eyo.
So Steve ogenda out nga siriko.
Ebya mambyogede Steve, forgive me. My bad.
So it's been nice to meet you and have this conversation with you. We look forward to working more with you. This space was built for people like you. Whenever you feel like I'm going to take you around to show you the school, the studios and everything.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, we're gonna have a conversation.
Yeah, about
we need you to just talk to some of us
to be like a keynote speaker for the students who've been studying audio. And I want to tell you, may God bless you more. Wangule Grammy. Yeah, kubanga.
Tuwangule Grammy.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's
Mr.
been
Master
lovely.
Bass, please subscribe to our channels, like, follow, share, all those things. Every day. Notification.
Enable the notification.
Tujabiga. But I believe this is a conversation that has to be had to inspire young producers, young artists, the creative minds out there. So it's been lovely. It's the Master
The
Bass.
future is bright.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Artin, for coming. Thanks, Benon.
Hey. Oh, nah. Empire Bass.
Sure.
No. Okay. Yeah. I'm imagining this is B2C. Yeah. Zinakula baluli netida not to nuli nama
I like the vocal chop.
Takes you to space.
Amaso gontunulila kanda monte demene gondo molila anene what's molila namono bitemene gondo molila amene semanene na negwe njakudamo kuyimba lumu siri nayo mulala siri nayo mulala siri nayo mulala siri nayo I check it out. Hey. Want to know me? It's the Master Bass.
Thank you.
Chakabi.
Because even the way he talks is like,
it's like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was at Jamie Foxx's house and he told me, I'm like, wait,
but roll it back.
I couldn't even imagine.
When I got the call to do some Netflix content.
What's the biggest song you've ever produced?
I think Mr. DJ